Let's sift through the absolute mess that is storytelling in Five Nights at Freddy's. For everyone's sanity, I am focusing on Help Wanted and ignoring all of the new lore building up with the release of Security Breach in the upcoming months. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted marks the official start of a new arc and a change in perspective. As the story goes, the player is a beta tester for the fictional company Fazbear Entertainment. The advancement of the story relies on how curious players are. The story can be completely ignored. As typical of the franchise, the story is hidden as if it was lore. It might as well be at this point. The story progresses as the player finds hidden tapes that tell the story of an intern, Vanessa. The beginning of the game has a slow story. Players have to first realize that there are hidden tapes, which are often very tricky to find. They then have to listen to the unordered and unchronological tapes as they float in VHS purgatory. The game and the story are very separate. At least in past games, I could listen to Phone Guy while playing the game. The levels with the most exciting and memorable story beats are moments around discovering visual chunks of the story. Most players that have seen the good ending for collecting all 16 tapes probably have the image of the nameless yellow rabbit waving and then shushing the player as he disappears into the void. It's shocking and it's so scary. The bad ending has the player switch consciousness through the rabbit, and this is told through as the player faces him. The eyes flicker and you switch places, essentially. It's not told through audio clips or rooting through the code and finding bits of story or brightening or desaturating images. It's right there. You get to watch it, you get to experience it, and it's so scary. Hunting through game code and spending lots of time listening to tapes or finding someone else who did, the story can be put together. The rabbit, Glitch Trap, who may or may not be the soul of the murderer and Children's Place robot enthusiast William Afton, is trying to escape death and travel back into the real world. The story is epic and in moments scary, but it's not well dispersed. Searching for tapes on different levels can be a pain. It is frustrating as a player to wait for those small moments where I'm reminded why I'm sitting in the air vents of a rundown pizzeria place, or, in the case of Help Wanted, an imaginary pizza place. The story is simple. The lore is abundant, and the distribution of the two is absolutely chaotic. The story is at its best when hunted down and placed together. The worst is when the story becomes locked behind highly repetitive tasks that contain no story themselves. The stories that come out of the FNAF franchise are intense and glued together through almost scholarly fan theories. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted was an absolute roller coaster of story experiences.